So the defensive coordinators, we know that Jim Schwartz was in yesterday. We know that Brian Flores was in today. Gerard Mayo may get a head coaching interview in Carolina. We'll see if he comes back here and does that. And Sean Desai is the other one. Of those four that we know, who do you think's the best fit? Do you have a feel for that, or?
Yeah, I feel like there are a couple guys we know the most about, and it's Jim Schwartz and Brian Flores for me, but I'm going to go with Jim Schwartz just because of what I feel like this defense needs. Like, you need, I think, a guy who's been around, who kind of has that authority to him, because, we saw this defense not only had systemic breakdowns throughout the year, but discipline issues. There were like 4 or 5 cases of players being disciplined this year. I think John Johnson III on Monday, when it was locker cleanout day and he talked to us, he mentioned getting a guy who players would run through a wall for. Now, on that note, I think if you could get Gerard Mayo to come here, if he doesn't get a head coaching job, that is like the prime example, I think, of a coach that players would be willing to run through a wall for, because he's been in their shoes before, and it seems like everyone who's played for him really likes him. So right now, it's tough to say, but I think overall, like Jim Schwartz, like having that gravitas kind of in that role, I think is important for this team right now because of like the personalities of the leaders on this team. You got a lot of quieter guys. I mean, I would even include Kevin Stefanski in that. So I overall just think I'm leaning towards that direction right now. But, curious to see how the rest of these interviews go. And like you said, if Gerard Mayo even ends up, getting an interview, or if the head coaching thing for him ends up panning out elsewhere.
Yeah, and you almost need to, it's like when you mess up on defense, you want this defensive coordinator, you want the players to feel like they're going into the principal's office, for lack of a better term. Mm-hmm. The accountability.